Hello, Bill Cullen here with another edition of Cullen's Adventures. Our destination this trip being a group of gray, ivy-covered buildings on the south bank of the Severn River in Maryland, not far from Chesapeake Bay. The town is Maryland's capital city of Annapolis. The buildings are those of the United States Naval Academy, which for 120 years or so has been transforming landlubbers from all parts of the country into officers of the United States Navy. And something that may surprise you, officers also in the U.S. Marine Corps. Our program is presented as a special service by this station and is furnished by Grolier Incorporated, publishers of the Book of Knowledge, the foremost children's encyclopedia for more than 50 years. There's big doings this week down around the hallowed halls of the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis. For this is June Week, a tradition-filled 7 days of transition from midshipman to full-fledged Navy officer, or Marine officer as the case might be. Though most graduates of the Naval Academy receive commissions as ensigns in the regular Navy, some become second lieutenants in the Marine Corps. Now that we've served up that little item in the category of things you maybe never knew before about Annapolis, here are a few more in honor of June Week. My source is always the Book of Knowledge. First, a few facts about how officers came into being in pre-Naval Academy days. Haphazardly sums it up rather nicely. Before the U.S. Naval Academy was established, would-be naval officers applied to the Navy for appointments as midshipmen. Those who were accepted were sent aboard warships to serve as messenger boys and trainees as future officers. Very little attention was paid to them unless they got into trouble, in which case they were punished but good. Eventually, a few schoolmasters were appointed to the ships on which these young midshipmen served, but formal instruction aboard these ships was scant indeed. It wasn't until the 1840s that the notion of a real naval school began to take shape, and credit usually goes to a chap named Matthew F. Murray, who wrote so much on the subject that he's now known as the father of the Naval Academy. Things actually began to happen when George Bancroft, the first great authority on history in this country, was appointed Secretary of the Navy in the cabinet of President James Knox Polk in 1845. The first problem Bancroft had to face in establishing the Academy was the reluctance of Congress to give him any money for the project. Bancroft, an enterprising fellow, found a way around this. On the Severn River at Annapolis, the Army had an abandoned fort, and Bancroft arranged to have old Fort Severn, with its 10 acres of land, turned over to the Navy Department. Here in October 1845, 50 midshipmen and 7 instructors came together for the opening of what was then called simply and forthrightly the Naval School. 5 years later, in 1850, the name of the school was changed to its present one. In the period after the Civil War, the Naval Academy went into a decline, mostly due to the decline of the Navy itself. Midshipmen at Annapolis were encouraged to resign their commissions as soon as they received them, for the simple reason that there were no ships for them to serve on. When interest in a strong Navy revived toward the end of the 19th century, the country once again depended upon the Academy to supply officers for the new ships that were being built, as it does now, and no doubt will for many June weeks to come. Once again, our time is up, except for this quick invitation for parents. If you'd like to receive a sampling of some more interesting facts and figures we've talked about on the show in booklet form, a booklet put together with the youngsters of the family in mind, let us hear from you. All we need is your name and address on a postcard. Mail it to Cullen's Adventures, Box 3400, Grand Central Station, New York City, and we'll send the booklet right out. I'll be here at this same dial spot tomorrow for another edition of Cullen's Adventures, furnished by Grolier Incorporated, publishers of the Book of Knowledge. Till then, this is Bill Cullen saying thank you and goodbye for now.